Hey, what's up, guys? Charlie back with another video for Black and Blue TV. Please like, share, subscribe to the content. Coming out with more playoff football reviews as they come. So today we have first on the docket the Cincinnati Bengals at the Buffalo Bills. Now right now it's snowing in Buffalo, but I don't think that's going to be a factor because I think it's going to be a high-scoring game between both of these offenses. I'd like to highlight three players that need to have a good game. Now, of course, the obvious is Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, the number one receiver on that team, as well as Joe Mixon, and also T. Higgins too. But I want to highlight some other players. The first player I want to highlight is Hayden Hurst, the tight end that splits time with Uzoma. With Hayden Hurst, he has to have a good game because defenses are going to key in on Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon, and of course Joe Burrow. And considering the fact that the Bengals have lost two linemen, they're going into this game underhanded. However, if Hayden Hurst could allow himself to get open, especially like I said, what these tight ends do, they're good in between the numbers. If he's able to take some pressure off of Joe Burrow, I think the Cincinnati Bengals have a fighting chance to win the game. Another player I want to shout out is, or not shout out, but highlight is Tyler Boyd. Now, Tyler Boyd, he's pretty much the third receiver. He has to have a good game too because, the Bills' defense is very good at the pass rush, and they're also good at taking the ball away. So Tyler Boyd, pretty much the slot receiver, he has to come up with key catches on second and long, maybe third and long, and also the opportunities that he gets, he has to make the most out of them. Let's say if Cincinnati decides to run a screenplay to him, he's going to have to get a first down. I think what that's going to do, that's going to force that defense to actually key in on him, which takes a little bit more pressure off of T. Higgins and also Jamar Chase. Now, the running game today, I think the running game will possibly be non-existent. However, Joe Mixon, even though they are going to key in on him, he is great in open space. You give him the ball on a swing route, or you give him the ball on a little slant, or you put him in slot situations to where he could take advantage of that mismatch with the linebacker. I think Cincinnati has a great chance of winning. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, Sam Hubbard, he needs to have a great game. I know he had that fumble recovery last week against the Ravens, but that's history. He's going to have to get after the quarterback. He's going to have to make, Josh Allen, move around in the pocket. Even though Josh Allen loves to move around the pocket, or he can stay in the pocket. I think if you put Josh Allen under duress, it's going to be trouble for the Bills. Now, the second player I want to go over on defense is Eli Apple. Eli Apple, former Giant, he's normally known for getting cooked, but he needs to have a great game, and I don't mean by turnover-wise. I mean, he has to stay on his man. He's going to have a tough task today facing either Diggs or other receivers such as Evans and so forth. I think the problem with the Cincinnati Bengals is their secondary, even though they've played decent as of late. However, they did face a backup quarterback last week in Huntley on the Ravens, and Huntley, he's a second-string quarterback for a reason. He wasn't facing Lamar Jackson, so he's going up against a different beast today, such as Josh Allen, who is arguably the best quarterback in the league. But I think Eli Apple needs to just stick to his assignments, come up and tackle and provide run support, as well as play technically sound on defense when he's covering one of those three receivers. The Bengals do have a fighting chance to win this game today because of their offensive high-poweredness, or their offensive power, But the fact that two linemen are out, it's going to be very difficult. So I think if the Bengals get the ball first, they're going to have to start fast to build that rhythm for those linemen that are starting to help them get into the flow of the game. So that's like short passes to maybe Jamar Chase on a slant route, or you're going to hit T. Higgins for a deep intermediate route like a 10 to 15 yard dig route, 10 to 15 yard out route, or even a post route to stretch that defense. And also too, for the Bengals offensively, they really can't turn over the ball and they can't get into third and long. Because once they get into third and long, that's when the Buffalo Bills pass rush will take over. Even though these guys lost Von Miller, they're still very effective. This defense is good. You know, yes, they played the Dolphins last week. They didn't look as good, but you guys have to remember, you know, that's a division game. Division games you kind of have to throw out the window with the stats because both teams know each other, and both teams are going to just act on will. Who's the better team? Who's going to win? Who's going to win between the trenches? Who's going to win in the turnover battle or field position battle and so forth? So I do have the Bengals keeping this game close. I don't have them winning today, but you know, if they do the things that I've said, I think they have a fighting chance to win. So I'm going to predict the Buffalo Bills 31 over the Bengals, who scored 28. You know, I think this is going to be a great kickoff to Sunday football. You know, I'm excited because we're on at 6:30, and I have a lot to say about our team. And you know, hopefully, if we do these key factors that I'll mention in my next video, we will come out victorious and face the Philadelphia Eagles next Sunday. And boy, oh boy, will that be a sight to see. You know, let's see what the haters are going to say later on when the Cowboys are victorious today. Alright guys, that's all I have for the video. You know, please like, share, subscribe to the content, and I'll be back.